shined up sulky and a fancy high-stepping sulky horse.
Who's this? Who's this, Rob?
Bob,
Yeah.
Bob Schelks.
It's my granddad.
Yes,
Yes,
granddad.
His sulky was shined up, used to put 11, 12 coats of varnish on it.
Yeah.
And he would have a fancy stepping horse and the harness all polished up and everything shined on it, and it would look at picture. And he would pick up Auntie Sis, and away the two of them would go.
But even on his death, that he would have still had some means. They weren't paupers.
Oh no, I wouldn't
Then
think so.
it's a tragedy then that he doesn't have a great headstone.
Yes, well that's right.
It is.
It
It
is.
Don't
is.
you think?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
oh, yes.
it's
And I can remember.
I reckon I should put one on him. It's to market.
You could put it to the family.
I know.
Your Auntie Sis was the person who kept money in the wardrobe.
Yeah.
Kept most of the money inside.
Yeah.
Now, she always had money. If ever she wanted to go and money, she'd go out. And nobody went by those days. We knew she had money in the wardrobe. We had no idea how much. But when they were here, when the Yanks were here, in the shop, the cafe up on Yamba Road, and Uncle Bob had the farm down there then and the dairy, and he used to bring the milk up there, and they must have made a little fortune out of selling milkshakes to the Yanks.
To the Yanks, because they loved that milkshake, didn't they?
Oh, six
And
ice cream.
he had cows to back it up.
That's right. That's right.
The
Yes,
cream.
he did.
And
The
the
cream.
Cream.
Oh, he made up. She used to make fruit salad ice blocks with the cream. Oh,
Yeah,
don't take my photo.
No.
And,
This
so
is
when
good.
they left there and went to
You'll
Coombe,
appreciate it. Yeah.
They must have had money. Auntie Sis must have had money there.
Yeah, I think
I don't want to go.
I think
publicly to say this, but
I think
know.
they had that. She had a lot of resources, and over the years, it just it vanished. Without Bob Schelks, making it all happen, it kind of ended with his passing.
but they made a
Yes,
raise.
think?
but I do think Auntie Sis had other stuff there in the house.
She had,
Had a milk run.
Oh, no, I knew he had cattle.
yeah.
And
I knew they milk cattle, milk the cows, and they flog, they flogged
Well,
most of it to the Yanks.
In the early days, when boys are going to school, say, Collie was so much older than me, probably 12, roughly anyway.
Yeah.
And so on.
Younger.
Well, now Myrtle and Nancy would have to go on the milk run with him. They get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and start milking, and then 5 o'clock they get on the milk run and they deliver milk. And
So this is with a horse and dray kind of
horse and cart, yeah. Horse and cart.
thingy.
Yeah. So this was not only to milk 50, 60, 70 cows, then they go out on the milk run and deliver milk. And all this is, the milk we get up at 7 o'clock, by that time we got half an inch of cream.
Yeah.
And of course it'd be delivered by about 5 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, Nancy and Myrtle, once they finished school, they went out to work. I don't know whether they ever got a job, but they had to do on the milk run. Well, Collie couldn't start that while he was going to school, but Saturday morning and Sunday morning he would get up and do it, and then Pompey would do it the same. So they were forced to, while they're going to school, they didn't do it because they had to get up early morning, do a bit of homework, and so on. So they had that. But the horse was a marvellous thing to watch. The horse. They would get out here, one to go that side of the street, one to go that side of the street. By the time they went out and poured them,
The horse went to the next stop.
the horse moved up to the next stop where it had to go. They just come back and
Fantastic,
fill up
eh?
the ring, and the horse would move up.
That's a bygone era.
Oh, yes.
But it was beautiful to watch because sometimes I would be early, I'd get up early and you'd go and see it. The horse would be just walking up the street.
Trot
there,
up.
and
It
stop
knew
and
what
stop.
to do.
Just
Yeah,
walk.
you
Would have been a
They
treasure.
used
But
to do
they had to go and do that.
Yeah.
They had to go and do that. So they didn't do it during the weekdays, but weekends.
They're
and
up
then
for it.
as soon as they finished the school, they didn't go any further than that. Back
Boom.
into that, yeah. Well, Cliffy Osborne, as I mentioned before, with his horse that he had, and Mookie Tunstall used to help out there, and they must have done it while Myrtle and Nancy were going to school. Then when they left school, I don't recall them two going to work anywhere. I don't know where they went to work. So they must have went and helped
Don't
up
think
above
I've
on the
ever
milk
heard.
run, and of course the two boys must have went elsewhere.
Yeah.
And so, but that's how they.
So I heard Bob Collins worked for.
Yes, that's
Bob.
when Myrtle picked up with him. Bobby Collins then came over at one stage, and but of course Myrtle was getting on, growing up as a young girl then.
Yeah.
And he worked for Uncle Bob too, see?
He did, yeah. Oh, that's what I hear. Yeah.
Yeah, but this
But Dad mentioned to me that his dad said, "Don't trust this guy." Didn't trust Bob
well,
Collins
I suppose
because he's trying to get him his daughter's
well, that's right. Well, he'd be trying to take away one of his workers, wouldn't he?
Well,
and Myrtle did look at him.
yeah, no.
So I can quite see that, but you know.
Well, Dad said that. You know, he said, "I don't. You know, got to watch this guy. He's a bit shifty."
But anyway, he did get her away from him.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, and then he went to the war, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to the war.
Went to the war
Now
up
that-
north.